On today's episode of i-Dentity, electrical engineer and philanthropist Taskeen Adam joins us for coffee. The Tshwane Gospel Choir takes us on a community development excursion. What's APPenning features the review of a rugby app. We also review the spiritual organization website www.dadabhagwan.org. And we play out with a beautiful love song from Loyiso Bala and Lloyd Thele.
I am an individual with an imagination. My inner faith illuminates innovations. In a space with infinite inspiration, I was born free from all incarceration. Incredible, living infallibly, intelligent, outshine with my inner being. This is me, impeccable as ever been. I am you, you are me. This is my identity.
Sanibonani Ningizimu Afrika, siyanamukela ku i-Dentity, luhlelo lwetenkolo lebantfu labasha loluvuselela mphefumulo wakho. Mina eligama ngiMpumi Mbethe. Mother Teresa once said, I can do things you cannot. You can do things I cannot. Together we can do great things. In an effort to encourage unity, today's menu is jam-packed with individuals who are proof that united we can do more. Let's meet our guest for today. Today's guest possesses wisdom that is beyond her years. She's an electrical engineer at a leading mineral research and technology organization, a One Young World Ambassador, and is part of Engineers Without Borders SA. Taskeen Adam describes herself as someone who believes in a holistic mindset, a balance of work and recreation, focusing on self-growth with the intention of improvement of the community as a whole. She is pioneering a project called the Solar-Powered Raspberry Pi Land, which essentially allows learners in rural communities to have access to technology at a low cost and in an environmentally friendly way. Fisa kwati kutsi lotsatse uthathaphi lo moya wekudinikela ekusiteni labaphuyile kuyinvokoto kuhlala nananga umuntu lomusha namhla. Assalamu alaikum Tasneem.
Alaikum salam.
Taskeen, let me take you through to your childhood. I want you rather to take me through your childhood. What kind of a child were you?
Okay, well, I grew up in Durban. Absolutely loved the beach. I think I was there almost every weekend.
The weather.
Yeah, the weather, absolutely amazing. I have two older brothers, so I was somewhat of a tomboy, always wanting to play with the boys, but never being allowed to. I think I was also quite a curious and inquisitive kid, so it helped that my mom was very much about education and empowerment, so she could handle a child like me.
And spirituality?
Spirituality is probably the most important thing to me. I think it's helped me get through a lot in life. When I was a kid, I actually went through some tough times. I lost my dad at a young age, and I think it was due to spirituality that helped me get through this. Just remembering that the Almighty has a plan for you, and that everything that happens is the best thing that could possibly have happened at that point for you.
And then you decided, I'm going to do engineering. Yeah. Is that because of your tomboy days? What drew you to this field?
Well, I think for me, engineering, as I said, I was always curious and I like to solve things. I'm a problem solver. So whether it's something technical or something in the social realm, I like to help and I like to solve things. So I think that's how I ended up doing engineering.
And you were also vice chairperson of Muslim Students Association. Yes. Tell me about your role there.
While I was in MSA, we ran a project called Project Iqra, and basically the word Iqra means read. So it's that's actually the first word that was revealed in the Quran. So it's a very important concept in Islam, basically trying to get education and increase knowledge. So that's why we did that project as MSA. And yeah, it was quite an amazing project, rolling out textbooks and stationery and projectors and laptops to school in about nine schools in South Africa.
So you've been giving back to the community since your student days.
Yes. Yeah.
And tell me about Borders, Engineers Without Borders SA.
Okay, Engineers Without Borders basically is an organization. It focuses on human-centered design from an engineering perspective. So what we try and do is to give back to the community, but in terms of engineering services, helping communities implement more, you could say, basically incorporating the human-centered design approach to communities and community organizations.
You're involved in quite a few organizations. What does United 2013 stand for?
Okay, so United 2013 was formed with 9 ambassadors from the One Young World Conference. And so we were all selected as part of the mayoral delegation to attend the conference. And we thought that we needed to give back to the community. And so we formed United 2013. Basically, it's all about sustainable transformation.
And in the middle of all of that, you find time to pioneer the Raspberry Pi Land project.
Well, at United 2013, I'm the head of education and ICT. So the solar-powered Raspberry Pi Land project is actually falls within United 2013. The United Nations has stated that access to technology or access to internet should be a basic human right. But right now in South Africa, we have about 77% of schools that don't have access to computers, and about 4,000 schools don't even have access to electricity. So we actually have a huge problem in South Africa. And what this project aims to do is take this technology to the rural areas in a low cost and an energy efficient way. So it's basically a computer school that can be implemented in a rural community. And a Raspberry Pi is basically a small little computer. It costs around 500 Rand. And the most important thing is that it's low power. So it can run off the solar panels. And on these computers, you have tons of educational content, videos and tutorials, Wikipedia pages, basically everything a student would need to help empower themselves.
There are only 24 hours in a day. How do you spend yours?
I think I do work a lot, but I like balance. So I still have time for myself and for my family and for recreation as well. So yeah, I just fit it all in there.
And would you say that faith or spirituality influences how you get involved in all these projects and still find time?
I think definitely. For me, everything that I do is for the pleasure of God and for God's creation. So that's sort of my driving force to always inspire me to do more.
You were recently awarded a bursary to study in Cambridge.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I'm so excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm going to be studying my Masters of Philosophy in Engineering for Sustainable Development. So basically, sustainable development is about balancing the 3 Ps. So that would be the people, the planet, and profit. So companies right now are very focused on the bottom line and profit margins. But if you carry on like this, I mean, we're going to deplete the Earth's resources. So basically, this degree is about implementing sustainable solutions from a technical innovation perspective, but as well as business strategy and as well as from a government perspective.
Sounds like you got this in the bag already. All the best with your studies. But Taskin, there are young people all over South Africa who are looking at you right now thinking, what can I do to improve my life where I am? What would you say to that person?
Every little bit that you do counts. And don't become despondent. I mean, life throws you curveballs, and I mean, you just got to rise up and get over them. And basically, from a sustainable perspective, I would say that if you want to run any project or initiative, try and do it in a way that you're giving a hand up instead of a hand out, so that you can help empower other people and help them, help themselves, and they can go back to their communities and thus create a ripple effect.
I like that. Hand up and not a hand out. I want to play a quick word game with you. It says, what do you do when you wake up in the morning?
Brush my teeth.
Good. When you suddenly remember your mother's birthday was yesterday.
That hasn't happened yet, thankfully.
Your phone falls?
That happens quite a lot for me. So I actually have like a proper rubber case around my phone. So.
What do you do when your favorite song plays?
Sing along.
When you realize you've had spinach in your teeth through the entire duration of an important meeting.
Oh gosh, face palm.
Your favorite scarf gets bleached accidentally.
Horrible.
You find yourself in a line queuing for hours at the bank, and then they go offline when it's your turn.
Throw a tantrum.
You see a group of people running in fear.
Run away. Run in the direction that they're running.
You realize you're running behind a monkey at the gym.
Running behind?
Yep, a monkey at the gym.
Okay.
Change gyms. You left the house wearing mismatched shoes.
Go with it. New fashion trend.
Taskeen, it's been such a pleasure to have you. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change you want to see in the world. Taskeen ungilo lolunjinjo lildzingekako la emhlabeni. Thina si-identity simfisela likusasa leliqhakatekile. Time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, we spend time with the Tshwane Gospel Choir and learn more about how they are giving back to their community. Ungayinzawo.
This is my identity. This is my identity.
Usabukele i-Identity khona la kumzansi for sure nami Mpumi Mbethe. We started the show with a stimulating chat with young philanthropist and engineer Taskeen Adam, who helped us kickstart today's episode. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 1 says, if I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. The Tshwane Gospel Choir is living out this philosophy, and we spent a day with them as they showed us that they can do more than serenade us with their voices. Here is their story.
This is my identity.
The Tshwane Gospel Choir was formed in 2010, and the main reason for forming the choir was to give back to the community. So we chose youth, and we also chose a platform of music to pursue. We do not present it necessarily as a commercial choir because for that reason we're giving back, and we're presenting this as a platform of development. What we do to bring people in the choir, we go out on full auditions. So we send the message out there that we're looking for people, and it's open to everybody, beyond Pretoria, beyond South Africa, whoever feels they've got the talent. Firstly, we check that people belong to a church. Secondly, they have to have a ministry in church, so they cannot be chairwarmers. We're not necessarily looking for righteous and angelic and perfect people, but we're looking for people that have a yearning and a desire to know God more. We chose gospel as the genre to make this vision come true. Firstly, because we are Christian, but mainly because that we instill Christian values, and Christian values are a foundation to a lot of things. As a gospel choir, it's very important for us to do community work. If we were to sing gospel without necessarily ministering to the needs of those that are less fortunate in our communities, then we would be hypocrites. Then we would not be fully understanding what we are doing. Hence, it's important to us.
Today we are here at Tembelihle to share our love with them, and as Tshwane Gospel Choir we decided last year that we're going to adopt them as one of the home that we take care of. And the reason that we are bringing the choir here is to teach them that they need to know as they grown up that they belong to the community and they must be able to assist. We've been involved with a lot of projects. We've been involved with the Unhlametsi project. We've been involved with the school shoes and the uniform. We've been involved in doing a soup kitchen. So we've been out all over Kimberley, Northwest, in KZN, and the recent one we spent some time with the children in KZN where we donated some things for Christmas, and we had about 300 kids there.
wethu Jesu akahlulwa lutho.
We received an award from Crown Gospel Award for Best Community Outreach. And for us, it was just a confirmation of the work that we've been doing into the community.
In terms of gospel, first thing you have to live as a Christian, live the life. You can't preach something you're not living. You have to live the lifestyle, as Christianity is a lifestyle. And after the lifestyle, that's then when you start singing songs. You're going to sing songs which are relevant because it is what you're living, and you have a closer relationship with God, so you know which songs to do, you know which songs to write, what's relevant for this time.
We are ministers of His Word, and when His Word says love thy neighbor as you love yourself, you go all out for yourself. Why not do it for your neighbor? So definitely I would encourage other gospel artists to partake in such things. They grow you as a person, they grow you spiritually, and you live out the word. We spend 80% of our time together, more than we do with our families, on the road, in rehearsal, to such a point that on the day when you're not rehearsing, you find yourself just missing these people. And we take these relationships outside the choir, and so definitely we are one big family.
In future, these kids should become their own. They become their own brand, and that's why we are training them so that tomorrow they can run their own business. They can be musician on their own and able to manage themselves. You know, that's the reason that we got Tswana Gospel Choir, is to nurture the talent.
This is my identity.
We applaud the good seeds that the members of the Tswana Gospel Choir have planted in their community. May their harvest be great. Time for another commercial break. When we return, we will jump straight into our media review segment. Today, we're reviewing a must-have app for all you rugby fans, as well as a website designed to help you find spiritual enlightenment. Ungaenzao.
This is my identity. This is my identity.
Welcome back to i-Dentity. Engineer and philanthropist Taskeen Adam got the show off to an inspiring start. Then the Tswana Gospel Choir showed us they are living out the spirit of Ubuntu. Time now to take out your gadgets and get connected with me. Here is our What's Happening segment. South Africa is a sport-loving nation, and rugby ranks amongst the most followed sports in the country. If you are an avid rugby fan and want all your rugby information at your fingertips, then today's app is sure to become a firm favorite, and just in time for the Super Rugby Final Series, which kicked off on Friday the 18th of July. It's called All Rugby SA. All Rugby SA is the ultimate app for rugby fans. It features a detailed menu that has live scoring and updates, which offers you scores from different matches and fixtures, including those that are currently underway. Get up-to-date sporting info on the Springboks, Super Rugby, Junior Bokke and the Varsity Cup, amongst others. To keep your finger on the pulse of all things rugby, simply select the News tab. Want to know what games to look forward to? Select the Upcoming Games tab and get a list of which teams are going head-to-head, the date as well as the time of each match. If you missed a match and want to know the final scores, all you have to do is click on the Last Results tab. If you only want information for one specific tournament, select the tab and you will instantly get the option to view fixtures, results and cards received. It also offers a list of top scorers ranked by name, score type and total number of points. So if you are an avid rugby supporter or you want to learn more about this beautiful sport, then download the user-friendly All Rugby SA app today. Next up is the review of a spiritual website that is designed to help you reach self-realization and spiritual enlightenment. Let's check out www.dadabhagwan.org. This website is based on the teachings and movement of Dada Bhagwan, which means revered grandfather Lord. Dada Bhagwan formed a movement which he called Akram Vignan, which facilitates spiritual progress through the grace of Lord Simandar Swami. It offers an introduction to the first-time visitor, giving details on knowledge that liberates, understanding spiritual science and scientific solutions, all with the aim of achieving self-realization. The Scientific Solutions tab includes teachings that will help you maintain healthier relationships, self-help tools that will assist you in dealing with money, stress and anger, amongst other things. For steps on how to help others and understand the essence of charity, select the Humanity tab. The Gnani Purush Spiritual Masters feature gives detailed information about Dada Bhagwan and his spiritual successors. Offering videos, books, online television and quotes from the gurus, this website is a reservoir of knowledge. So if you are in need of spiritual awakening or want to learn more about the Akram Vignan movement and the teachings of Dada Bhagwan, then visit www.dadabhagwan.org today. Sesifike emaphethelweni alesi salomuhla sethembe ukuthi ukhuthatekile. Sibonge ukuthi uhlale nathi lo mhlekuseni kulisondvo. The 24th of July marks Laylatul Qadr, which is known as the Night of Power. On this night, the Quran was first revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, from Allah. He received the Quran's first verses when he meditated in the cave of Hira near Mecca. Laylatul Qadr falls in the last 10 days of Ramadan. We wish our Muslim brothers and sisters a blessed Laylatul Qadr and more strength as they draw closer to the end of Ramadan. Don't forget that you can catch up with us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Simply search for i-Dentity TV Show on all 3 platforms. You can also send an email to identitytvshow@gmail.com. Nglogo ke nini bakithi asiphinze sihlangane kuleli taku nga-11 ekseni khona la ku SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Sikocota ngengoma ya Loyisobhala ahambisana na Lloyd Cele bathi Thando. Ngingmpumi Mbethe nelithimba le-Identity sithi nisale kahle.